shirt on Teespring.
A long, long time ago, in a land far away, a bright star appeared in the night sky. This star was unlike any other. It shone with an extraordinary brilliance, capturing the attention of everyone who saw it. People from all walks of life, from shepherds tending their flocks to wise men studying the heavens, were drawn to its light. They knew that this star was a sign, a beacon of hope in a world that often seemed dark and uncertain. It was a sign of hope, a promise of something wonderful to come. The star seemed to speak to the hearts of those who gazed upon it, filling them with a sense of anticipation and joy. It was as if the star was telling them that something miraculous was about to happen, something that would change the world forever. The news spread quickly through the villages and towns. People whispered to each other, "Have you seen the star? Do you know what it means?" The excitement was palpable as everyone awaited the fulfillment of the star's promise. And then the news came. A baby had been born. But this was no ordinary baby. This was a baby who would bring hope and light to the world. But this wasn't just any baby. This was Jesus, the long-awaited Messiah, the Savior of the world. Born in the humblest of circumstances, in a simple stable surrounded by animals, Jesus came into the world not as a king in a palace, but as a humble child. His birth was a testament to the idea that greatness can come from the most unexpected places. He was born in Bethlehem, in a simple stable, because there was no room for his family at the inn. Despite the humble surroundings, his birth was celebrated by angels who sang in the heavens and shepherds who came to see the newborn child. The stable, though modest, became a place of wonder and awe as people realized the significance of this miraculous birth. Jesus, the Son of God, came to earth to bring a message of love, peace, and salvation. His life and teachings would go on to inspire millions, spreading a message of compassion, forgiveness, and hope. From his humble beginnings in the stable, Jesus grew up to become a teacher, a healer, and a beacon of light in a troubled world. He brought a message of peace and love, teaching us to love one another, to forgive, and to seek peace in our hearts and in our world. His teachings have endured through the centuries, continuing to inspire and guide people of all backgrounds and beliefs. The story of his life is a story of hope, redemption, and the transformative power of love. We celebrate his birth as Christmas, a time of joy, giving, and reflection. It's a time to remember the humble beginnings of Jesus and the profound impact of his life and teachings. As we gather with family and friends, exchange gifts, and share in the festive spirit, we are reminded of the true meaning of Christmas, the celebration of love, hope, and the light that Jesus brought into the world. Before Christmas, winter was a dark and scary time. The days were short and the nights seemed to stretch on forever. People huddled together for warmth and comfort, trying to make it through the long, cold months. The darkness brought with it a sense of fear and uncertainty. Without the modern conveniences of electricity and central heating, the winter months were a time of hardship and struggle. People relied on each other and their communities to survive. They told stories and sang songs to pass the time and keep their spirits up. The winter solstice, the longest night of the year, was a particularly frightening time. People believed that evil spirits roamed the earth during the long, dark nights. They lit fires and candles to ward off the darkness and protect themselves from harm. The return of the sun was a cause for celebration and relief. It meant that the days would start to get longer and warmer, and the harshest part of winter was over. People were afraid of the long nights. They believed that the darkness was filled with malevolent forces and spirits. To protect themselves, they would gather together and create light. They would build large bonfires and light candles to chase away the darkness. These gatherings were not just about survival, they were also about community and connection. People would share food, tell stories, and support each other through the difficult times. The fear of the dark was a powerful force that brought people together and strengthened their bonds. So they had parties to bring back the sun. These celebrations were filled with joy and hope. People would dance, sing, and feast together. They believed that their festivities would encourage the sun to return and bring light and warmth back to the world. These parties were a way to lift their spirits and bring a sense of normalcy and happiness to the dark winter months. The celebrations were a reminder that the darkness would not last forever and that brighter days were ahead. These celebrations became part of Christmas, Over time, the traditions and customs of these ancient winter festivals were incorporated into the celebration of Christmas. The joy, light, and community spirit of these ancient festivals became an integral part of the holiday season. The Christmas lights, festive gatherings, and joyful songs we enjoy today have their roots in these ancient traditions. The merging of these customs created a rich tapestry of celebration that we continue to enjoy and cherish. The Romans had a festival called Saturnalia. This was one of the most important and popular festivals in ancient Rome. It was held in honor of Saturn, the god of agriculture and time. Saturnalia was a time of great merriment and relaxation. The usual social norms and rules were turned upside down. Slaves were given temporary freedom, and everyone, regardless of their social status, participated in the festivities. People would decorate their homes with greenery, exchange gifts, and enjoy lavish feasts. The spirit of Saturnalia was one of equality, joy, and abundance. It was a time for big feasts and giving presents. The feasts during Saturnalia were extravagant and plentiful. People would prepare and share a variety of delicious foods. The act of giving and receiving gifts was an important part of the celebration. It was a way to show appreciation and strengthen bonds with family and friends. The gifts were often simple but meaningful, such as candles, small figurines, and sweets. The exchange of gifts during Saturnalia laid the foundation for the modern tradition of gift-giving during Christmas. People in the north celebrated Yule. Yule was a significant festival for the ancient Norse and Germanic peoples. It was a time to honor the gods and celebrate the return of the sun. The Yule celebrations were filled with rituals and traditions that focused on light and warmth. People would decorate their homes with evergreens, which symbolized life and resilience. They would also hold feasts and ceremonies to honor their ancestors and the natural world. The Yule celebrations were a time of reflection, gratitude, and hope for the future. They burned a big log called a Yule log to keep warm and bring light. The Yule log was a central part of the Yule celebrations. It was a large log that was carefully selected and brought into the home. The log was decorated with ribbons and greenery before being placed in the hearth. The burning of the Yule log was a symbolic act that represented the return of light and the sun. The warmth and light from the log brought comfort and hope to the people during the dark winter months. The tradition of the Yule log has evolved over time, but its essence remains in the modern practice of lighting a Yule log or enjoying a Yule log cake during the Christmas season. These traditions became part of how we celebrate Christmas today. The ancient festivals of Saturnalia, Yule, and other winter celebrations have all contributed to the way we celebrate Christmas. The themes of light, warmth, community, and generosity are central to the holiday season. The customs and rituals that were practiced by our ancestors have been passed down through generations and have become an integral part of our modern Christmas celebrations. By understanding the origins of these traditions, we can appreciate the rich history and cultural significance of the holiday season. The blending of these ancient customs has created a unique and meaningful way to celebrate the end of the year and the promise of new beginnings. The Yule log used to be a very special, holy thing. It was part of ancient rituals. Now it means warmth and family. It's a tradition passed down from grandparents to parents to kids. The burning log brought light and chased away the darkness. Today it represents the light of Christmas, a symbol of hope and happiness. Santa Claus, the jolly guy who brings presents, has a long history. He's based on St. Nicholas, a kind bishop who was known for being generous. Over time, St. Nicholas changed. He became a magical figure who rides a sleigh pulled by reindeer, bringing joy to children every Christmas Eve. Christmas decorations are so festive, and each one has a special story. Evergreen trees mean everlasting life. Holly and mistletoe represent love and new life. Lights add sparkle to the dark and remind us of the Star of Bethlehem. Decorations make our homes look magical for Christmas. Giving gifts is a big part of Christmas. It comes from old traditions. Romans exchanged gifts during Saturnalia. The wise men brought gifts to baby Jesus. Gifts represent love and generosity. They make both the person giving the gift and the person receiving it happy. The spirit of giving is what Christmas is all about. Christmas in Australia is different. It's summertime there. People go to the beach and have barbecues, but they still keep many traditions. Australians decorate their homes, sing carols and exchange gifts. Christmas in Australia is a mix of old traditions and new summery fun. Christmas is a mix of old and new. Old traditions from long ago mixed with Christian beliefs. This created a unique celebration. Christmas is a time for family and friends, a time for happiness, giving and thinking about the year. It's a celebration of hope and new beginnings. Christmas is always changing. Over the years, we've seen it evolve in countless ways. From the simple, humble beginnings of a small village gathering to the grand, elaborate celebrations we see today, Christmas has always found a way to adapt and grow. Each generation brings its own unique touch to the holiday, adding new traditions and customs that reflect the times they live in. Yet despite all these changes, the essence of Christmas remains the same. New traditions pop up, but the main message stays the same. Whether it's the introduction of new festive foods, innovative decorations, or modern ways of celebrating, the core of Christmas is unchanging. It's about coming together, sharing moments of joy, and creating memories that last a lifetime. The act of giving and receiving gifts, the warmth of family gatherings, and the joy of decorating the Christmas tree are all expressions of this timeless message. It's a message of love, hope, and peace. These values are at the heart of every Christmas celebration, no matter where you are in the world. They remind us of the importance of compassion, understanding, and unity. In a world that can often feel divided, Christmas serves as a beacon of hope, bringing people together and encouraging us to look out for one another. It's a time to reflect on the past year, to appreciate the good times, and to find hope for the future. The magic of Christmas is in its spirit. It's in the twinkling lights that adorn our homes, the festive music that fills the air, and the sense of wonder that seems to touch everyone, young and old. This spirit is what makes Christmas so special. It's a feeling that can't be easily described, but it's something we all recognize. It's the excitement of children waiting for Santa Claus, the joy of reuniting with loved ones, and the peace that comes from knowing we are all part of something bigger. A spirit that goes beyond different countries and different times. Christmas is celebrated in many different ways around the world, each culture adding its own unique flavor to the holiday. From the snowy landscapes of the north to the sunny beaches of the south, the spirit of Christmas transcends borders and unites us all. It's a reminder that no matter where we come from, we all share the same hopes and dreams. The traditions may vary, but the essence of Christmas remains universal. It reminds us of the good in people. During the Christmas season, we often see acts of kindness and generosity that restore our faith in humanity. Whether it's helping a neighbor in need, volunteering at a local shelter, or simply spreading cheer through small acts of kindness, Christmas brings out the best in us. It's a time to give back, to show gratitude, and to make a positive impact on the world around us. It's a time for joy and wonder for everyone young and old. The magic of Christmas is something that can be felt by people of all ages. For children, it's a time of excitement and anticipation, filled with dreams of Santa Claus and presents under the tree. For adults, it's a time to reconnect with the joy and wonder of their own childhoods, to create new memories with their families, and to find peace and happiness in the simple pleasures of the season. Christmas is a celebration of life, love, and the enduring magic that brings us all together.